KO supports deep learning by giving students constant opportunities to reflect, collaborate, dive deep, and get abundant feedback from teachers and staff. The engine of deep learning at KO is student attention, and abundant student attention paid by teachers and advisors, a whole network of lookouts who are paying attention to every child. Our average class size is 11.6. And that very small, intimate structure means that no kid is lost. That's what really supports deep learning, the potent individual attention that we can provide. It's definitely empowering them. It's daily check-ins to make sure that the students are communicating with us where they are. Is for students to self-advocate. And there's a lot of energy and thinking and structure put into making that happen. For example, the advising system is wonderful, leading students to learn how to self-advocate. And we also see that in our classes as well, where we push students to talk to teachers directly, ask for extensions if they need them, propose their own topics, generate their own inquiry questions, all leading to the student coming up with their own way of asking a question or looking into work. And the goal is, over time, students become their leaders of their own lives. That's the goal we have here, both in the classroom and outside the classroom. Three touchstones are discovery, authenticity, and voice. Discovery really combines choice and experimentation, giving choice to students both in terms of a huge number of courses they can access. Currently we have 140 courses. That doesn't include Global Online Academy online classes. It also doesn't include some courses that are being developed right now that will add to that number. It also includes choice in how students show that what they know, how they work product choice. So oftentimes in classes, students have choice to turn in an essay or a podcast, a video or a PowerPoint. And giving students that choice is really powerful for them as learners. Also choice in terms of inquiry. What are they interested in? In their biology class, for example, they have the choice of a huge range of genetic disorders to study. In their U.S. history class, they get to choose which U.S. Supreme Court case to study and look into, so empowering them with that choice. The second part of discovery is experimentation, design thinking, this iterative process where they try something, get some feedback, try it again. The second pillar is authenticity, and for us that means both going out to the world and engaging with it to make our learning more relevant, and also bringing the world in terms of expert voices that lend real credibility to our process. On the first side, we have things like the Witness Stones project in our U.S. history classes, also a walking tour that's upcoming in the spring with a local author all about Frog Hollow. We also have Trout Brook water sampling, where students put on their hip waders and get down in the creek and take water samples and bring them back to the lab. In terms of inviting the outside world in, our showpiece in that domain would be the Baird Symposium, where we bring in really highly decorated artists. And our final pillar is voice. And we really mean two things by voice. We mean cultivating the student's authentic voice and building that leadership quality where they can say what they think comfortably to a crowd or one-on-one. We cultivate that in a lot of different ways. It happens through public speaking projects in classes. It happens in written form, most notably during their senior year in the senior thesis, where students write a long-form research paper. It's a 20-page, highly annotated, highly researched paper, but it's tremendous practice for figuring out what you want to say and how to say it deeply in a scholarly way. So they get experience both with oral communication and with written communication in really deep ways. The second component of voice would be speaking up and making sure that you are very aware of multiple perspectives. Not just what do I have to say, but what might someone else approaching this conversation differently have to say? How can I think about my perspective in a way that's also aware of what other voices and other people might think? And we really try and build that in through self-reflection and the V2V process, and courses that are constantly, especially in the humanities, who are looking at one issue from a myriad of ways. So those are the three pillars.